So don't forget to follow me on Instagram, High Carb Health. Hit the follow button and click on the green H to see what I get up to. What I eat, what I do, it's all here. You can follow me on what I eat as well. So check it out, guys.
What we call chronic diseases are really dietary diseases with a bit of lifestyle chucked in. And it should be the first port of call. Patients can cure themselves literally, simply, just by eating healthy food. I've enjoyed food all my life. Really have. I would say I was an expert in it from that. And I enjoy food more now, whole food plant-based, than I ever have done. And I would have said that that was impossible prior to this.
Hello everyone, I'm here with Martyn and Liz Williamson, and we're here at the Veg and Vines conference. Obviously, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about why you went plant-based. But before you do that, just tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you've been doing over the last few years.
Sure, yeah. I'll start. I'm a GP, rural GP, work in central Otago, and I've taught at and done research at Dunedin Medical School for the last 18 years now. And about 3-4 years ago, we came across whole food plant-based nutrition, and for us it was thanks to a journey Liz was on. And Liz said to me one day, well, we're going to cut out meat, sugar and milk, and we'd made commitments to ourselves for a life of fun and adventure, and invitations would be offered, which meant you could turn it down. But I could tell by the way she made this suggestion that it was actually more than just a suggestion. And she suggested that I watch these 2 DVDs. And if you haven't done whole food plant-based, I suggest you watch these 2 DVDs too. One of them's that sugar film, and the other one was Forks Over Knives. And watching Forks Over Knives, a guy, Caldwell Esselstyn, was talking about heart disease and how he could cure it with nutrition. And I realised that I'd heard about this in the 90s.
Oh.
And I thought, when I heard it was on the radio, and I thought, my goodness, when this comes out, this is going to be really interesting. And it kind of went to the back of my mind. And then I never heard anything more about it, and I'd forgotten about it. And there I am seeing it on this DVD, and I thought, people have just got to know this stuff. I am doing my patients a disservice if I don't mention this to them. And we kind of just got going. Having felt that strength of commitment, I then got a wee bit nervous, thinking, oh, could there be any side effects? Is it like vegan? Sometimes vegans don't do well. I've grown up with vegetarians, and vegans can be prone to, let's say, dietary deficiencies. And it took me maybe up to 6 months of reviewing the literature, which fortunately, being in the university, I had access to realise that was a whole load of twaddle. And actually it's safe. And I realised that actually what we call chronic diseases are really dietary diseases with a bit of lifestyle chucked in. And it should be the first port of call. And if someone decides they don't want it to be their port of call, having heard the evidence, then that's fine, that's their choice. Not to hear the evidence for it, that's just scandalous in my view. So
yeah, I agree.
Liz and I have made a
First,
commitment
do
to
no
this.
harm.
Yeah.
The side effects of a whole food plant-based way of eating are good ones. If you're struggling for health in any way, why not try it? What have you got to lose? At any level, you'll have a better base, a better platform to go forward from, and you're setting a good scene for your children's health. It's a no-brainer, to coin the phrase.
Yeah. I mean, all our lives we've been interested in improving, and we made this commitment to help people thrive and flourish one way or another, and we were looking to maybe develop outside the parameters of how we worked, and then coming across plant-based nutrition just aligns with that so well, and you'll just thrive and flourish eating whole food plant-based nutrition, and that's simple as that. If you want to thrive and flourish, do it. If you don't, that's your choice.
Well, it's reinvigorated medicine, practice of medicine for you.
Oh, good God, yeah. I mean, I can now cure things. Well, actually, I can't cure them. Patients can cure themselves, literally, simply, just by eating healthy food.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah, and we always say it on our channel, don't we? Basically, we're yet to find any evidence that says fruits and vegetables are bad for your health.
Yeah, there isn't.
No. I mean, everything I looked at weird diseases. I looked at women's diseases like endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome. That'll sink it. But oh no, there it is. Fruits and vegetables improve the situation. More fruits and vegetables, the less chance you have of getting it. And I realised that all of these problems that we're dealing with are just simply because we've slipped off track in nutrition, and no point blaming anybody. I don't think anyone's had this dastardly desire to afflict people with stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
where we've ended up.
there's an alternative, and it's actually yummy. I've enjoyed food all my life, really have. I would say I was an expert in it from that, and I enjoy food more now, whole food plant-based, than I ever have done, and I would have said that was impossible prior to this.
I like it. I like the way. For me, the important thing is this puts people's health back in their own hands.
Yeah.
So they've got control. So they're in the driver's seat. This disenfranchising of people from any control over their lives and health is the problem. And once they've got they're in charge of it again, everything improves.
Yeah.
And one last thing on that is you can't learn about whole food plant-based nutrition by thinking about it and imagining what it would be like. If you want to know what it's like, then try it, and just try it for a few weeks, and then reflect on your experience, because otherwise you're just talking from ignorance, basically, as I would have done.
Yeah, I agree completely. And just talking a little bit more about that in depth,
Yeah.
what does the evidence tell us about eating animal foods? Like, obviously you've done a lot of research in your time.
Yeah.
What does the evidence tell us about eating foods that are from animals?
What I've discovered is that just about every system in the body that's associated with either promoting health or the opposite, it appears to be negatively influenced by animal foods in general, and though some are more specific in different mechanisms that they work on, and are positively influenced by plant foods. And these are unprocessed foods, so if you process your plant food and add sorts of stuff into it, it's still probably better than an animal food, but it's not as good as the unprocessed or minimally processed foods. So that's clear on that. And and it works in two broad ways, in my view. The first way is on processes in the body. So if you have plenty of leafy green vegetables and some of the fruits and things like beetroot, you'll just promote health for the little cells that line your blood vessels. So they will sparkle and be clean, the blood can flow past them, no worries, the blood vessels open up and close, they're relaxed and natural. If you eat oils or animal foods which are full of oils, you do the opposite. So that's kind of one example. Another example is that plant foods are full of substances, antioxidants, phytonutrients that reduce inflammation in the body. Well, I don't know if they reduce inflammation, but if you're eating animal foods, there's a low-grade inflammatory process goes on, and inflammatory process seems to be associated with things as diverse as depression, believe it or not, associated with heart disease. Any chronic disease you can think of basically has got some element of low-grade inflammation.